is now.
It is now.
Dual cast. I'm not sure I've ever heard dual
Casting
cast
in two places would be a dual cast.
a dual cast.
A dual cast.
Sounds like some Magic the Gathering crap.
All right, hey, we are on Facebook Live right now and recording the podcast right now. We are setting history in motion. This was a contest I came up with.
History in motion?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Sure. It was really an effort because I thought it would embarrass Bobby if we had a vote.
And it failed.
To see who would have to read and review Rainbow Brite, which came out this week.
Way too well. Like, it succeeded across the board is the problem.
Yeah. Well, and the problem was lots of people voted, and far too many people voted for me. So we ended up with, when all the votes were counted, a three-way tie. And that was just votes for our name. So with 5 votes apiece for Jeff, 5 votes for Bobby, and yes, 5 votes for me. So we all got stuck reading Rainbow Brite. There was a late push to get me to read the entire book on camera. That would take like a $20 bid during the auction. So I don't just read books for free. So I am a radio professional.
I gotta learn not to laugh into these mics. It just, it messes up the whole sound.
Anyway, so we all read Rainbow Brite, so we are all going to share our Rainbow Brite thoughts both on the podcast here at Facebook Live. I don't believe, before we go any further, would this be any of our pick of the week this week?
You know, it's close. I vaguely remember a VHS floating around my house that had like some Rainbow Brite on it. I don't remember much about it at all. So no, I'm told this is a good cover.
That was the cover my wife wanted. Yeah.
There's several covers of Rainbow Brite. There's incentive covers.
How is that cover better than that cover?
Because I think that's like the original Rainbow Brite toy right there.
It was a toy? Was it like He-Man where there's like a toy?
No, it was like a big I think it was a plush toy.
Okay.
I think like a stuffed animal kind of toy.
Did you have one?
I did not have a Rainbow Brite. No.
Tim had a Rainbow Brite, everybody. That's what we're learning.
I had a light Brite.
I had a glow bug, but not a Rainbow Brite.
I've learned that this guy's name is Tinkle.
Yeah.
It's Twinkle.
Twinkle? I thought it was Tinkle.
You did not pay attention to the story.
I thought he was, because I laughed because it sounded like peeing.
There's like 8 pages dedicated to Twinkle.
So what we have here...
Is Twinkle a boy or a girl?
What we have here is a Rainbow Brite origin story.
Is that what this is?
This is definitely an origin story.
Okay, so my main complaint, like reading it, I was like, is this like Punisher #1 where Punisher never actually shows up? Like, because I was like, where's Rainbow Brite? When does she like
Well, the girl with the sword is Rainbow Brite. This is how she becomes Rainbow Brite.
Okay.
Oh. Did you guys not figure that out?
I did by the end, but like throughout the course I thought
the original Rainbow Brite had LARPing?
Well, they're resetting it into a modern day. This isn't like the original Rainbow Brite origin story. This is like a new Rainbow Brite origin story.
All right, I'm looking to see where Tinkle shows up so I can confirm. Oh, it is Twinkle.
Yeah, it's definitely Twinkle.
That's definitely not P.
So we've got Rainbow Brite and her friend, and they are LARPers. Rainbow Brite is like a knight with a sword. Her friend is a wizard with a staff.
What parent names their kid Wisp?
Wisp? That's an odd name, isn't it? I think that maybe that's Rainbow Brite's original name, though, so they just had to stick with it. Maybe it was really big in the 60s, like with all like the hippies. Well, like hippie parents, you know, like you got Skylar and Wisp.
Oh, Wisp.
Wisp.
Yeah.
Right.
Wisp.
Yeah, so she's got a buddy, and they play in the woods together, and seems like kind of a latchkey kid, because her mom's just like...
Her mom's like left, but she left her a full dinner. Like, she left her dinner in the microwave. There was like chicken and potatoes. Like, it wasn't like she just left her a piece of like, you know...
and then like
frozen pizza.
Then all these Kingdom Hearts villains start showing up, and
they are kind of Kingdom Hearts, and they like suck the color out of everything, which I think is classic Rainbow Brite as well. Didn't you have to like add color back in with her rainbow beam?
Sure.
Okay.
You know an awful lot about Rainbow
Brite. My wife was a big Rainbow Brite fan. I don't.
Yeah, but I'm guessing when she watched Rainbow Brite, you weren't around.
No. Well, I mean, she's talked about Rainbow Brite before, though. I mean, I would say my knowledge of Rainbow Brite would probably be very similar to my wife's knowledge of Thundercats, where she could name 2 of them, and that one of them goes Thundercats Ho.
To this whole contest, you wanted to read Rainbow Brite.
I didn't plan on reading it.
How could I talk about it on the podcast without losing my
By the way, I did listen to this all last night as my wife read it to my daughter, and so if you're wondering who
she didn't read it to Belle, she read it to you.
If you're wondering who this book is for, this book is for women our age and 5-year-old girls.
And Tim.
Oh.
Because Rainbow Land at the end is all black and white. So I
It
think,
looks sad.
But it's written in like, you know, Tinkle's like, yo, Rainbow Land, and it's written in like a rainbow font. Like,
Here's the deal, though: is Tinkle like gained weight because like in all these pictures, Tinkle's like all
It's
fluffy.
Twinkle. You know it's
Oh,
Twinkle.
gosh, you're making me go Tinkle now, Jeff. Twinkle is all like fuzzy and fluffy, and then like this Twinkle is all like scrawny and he's like biting
he
people.
has a vampire bite,
Yeah, well, that's I
Yeah.
guess his secret power.
and with a big chomp sound effect.
And when does the
Well,
when does
did
the
one kid
non-unicorn
break
horse
the
come into the
window
picture?
So the other kid could get in?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what parent would be like, that's cool, just break my window?
Well, I think to save her best
So your
friend,
can...
from mist monsters.
She's on the second floor.
They're not mist monsters. They're like, what are they called? They look like the Kingdom Hearts thing.
We'll just go with
but
mist monsters.
They say, get her with 1,000 R's.
We find out how you're not supposed to run down the street.
So question, is this like Backyardigans where like none of this is actually happening?
I think all of this is. I think this is the origin story on how Rainbow Brite becomes Rainbow Brite.
Right, but I'm saying like, so they were playing pretend, right?
Well, I think
and
these
then
things
all
are
this
real.
stuff starts happening. Well, that's my question. Is it
The
real,
monsters
or
are
is
real?
this like the thing
Oh.
pretend that they're playing that we're seeing? Like Backyardigans,
Yeah,
where
I-
like crazy stuff goes down and they sing like
Oh,
requesting.
I
don't
think
know.
this part is real because like she seems more panicked versus like when she's
If
just
you
like
watch
being tied up by the orcs.
Backyardigans, shit gets real on
Well,
Backyardigans.
but I mean, the whole thing they're LARPing in. We're not comparing this to Backyardigans now. I mean, we could, I guess.
But you know what I mean, like, or like
Look,
other
Tim doesn't
like
want his
pretend.
Backyardigans mixed up with his Rainbow Bright. All right,
Come on.
He's serious
can't-
about Rainbow
We
Bright.
can't mix those
Pablo
words.
and Mist there can't be the same person.
Who's Mist?
Isn't that the girl Mist? No, Wisp.
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 Who's
Mist and
Pablo?
Wisp. Pablo's the
Pablo's the
penguin from
Backyardigans.
Backyardigans.
Oh, you're about to have a kid again. You'll learn all about
I
Backyardigans.
haven't seen Backyardigans in it's been a while.
All right, so here's the big question, guys, that we've got to figure out, especially if we do this again.
How many Raptors out of 5 you give Rainbow Bright?
Well, how many Raptors out of 5, and then are you going to keep with it?
Oh my god, we really have to rate it?
Oh, you got to rate it.
Oh wow.
Now you have to rate it as a book that you read and would consider reading again, maybe.
I would say definitively this is not a book for me. Although, I don't know, like I could read the second, I guess.
Now, will you read the second's the question, Jeff?
It won't be top of my stack.
Will it
but
be on your pull
But
list?
will you pull the second book to read it?
I'm going to give it to Logan to read.
No,
Like, I
no,
think
that's not
he's
the
gonna be
question, Jeff.
super read.
Are you going to read the second Rainbow Bright?
Are we doing a contest for the
No,
second?
I'm just asking you if you're going to read the second Rainbow Bright.
If it's, I feel maybe.
Okay, so Jeff's a strong
solid
maybe.
You've
So-
taken way too long to
Are you-
answer this. You're on board.
Are you giving it, well, how many Raptors out of 5? That was your thing. I was going to find out if we were going to stick with it, so.
For what it is, I think it's 4 or 5 Raptors out of 4.5 Raptors out of 5.
Ooh, that's a lot of Raptors out of
Wow,
5.
You
Like-
really like it.
No, I for what it is, it's fine. Like it's not for me. It's crazy because like this thing at the beginning where like she's fighting dragons and all this stuff. Like I kind of want to see that Rainbow Bright. Like that seems like that's all right.
Would
she's
you
got,
fight-
like, rainbow
would you
bright
fight
hair
a
in that.
dragon with her?
Yeah, she
I
seems
mean,
like
if
she
she
seems
was
like
the
she
only
could
one
run
around to fight a dragon, would you run or be like, you know what, she's got this under control?
I think she could rock some Dovahkiin. Take that thing
All right,
out.
so Bobby, will you be sticking with Rainbow Bright?
I will not be sticking with
And
Rainbow
how many
Bright.
Raptors out of 5 will you give Rainbow
I can
Bright?
understand the high rating for Rainbow Bright because young kids are gonna love this, and grown men like Tim are gonna love this.
Bobby, you're dropping down points on my friends list
Look,
all
man.
the time.
Like lifetime of letdown. I'm sorry. I think I would probably give this. I'll be nice and give it 3.
3?
Yeah, I'll give it 3. But I will not be continuing Rainbow Bright.
I see where Jeff's coming from. Having read multiple kids' books, having a 5-year-old who loves comics, it is better than a lot of them.
It's better than most of them.
That being said, it definitely wasn't made for me. I'm going to give
Are
it
you sure?
2.5 stars out, or 2.5 Raptors out of 5. We're going to cut that third Raptor in half, and like the head will go there, but You're just getting warm. I was like, are you trying to hurry us up? Or
I keep thinking that too.
we've got Cody here with the camera, by the way, so Cody is getting to listen to
little
all the
shaky.
Rainbow Bright talk.
I can't decide if I want to stand or
Is
sit
anybody
down.
actually watching all this?
4 people.
Oh.
One is your wife and one is Bobby's mom.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give it 2.5 Raptors. And
See,
although
that's
I
how
probably won't read the
uninteresting.
next
Are we
issue,
getting any feedback on our comments?
No.
I will be purchasing the
Jamie
next
Fox gave you a thumbs up, and Bobby's mom is laughing, crying.
issue. Oh, there we go.
Thanks,
Okay.
Donna. Donna.
Donna for the win.
Donna, I found out this week, bought Bobby's impending child skinny jeans, and I think it's the funniest thing that I've ever heard in my life.
Jeff, my kid
'Cause
that's
his
not
child
born and
likes
your
skinny
skinny
jeans.
jeans are probably the same size.
That's true.
It's accurate.
Actually, what she just got was she got Jeff's T-shirt
Right.
that he was wearing the other day, so he can wear
She's
it
like,
with
I
the
found
skinny
this
jeans.
Venom shirt. Jeff just gave it to me.
Jamie said he wants it for his daughter. He'll be in next week.
Oh,
All right.
man.
All right, so anyway, that's it. Rainbow Bright. We might do this again
Wait, maybe
with
Jamie's
some books that obviously none of us will read, and
But
Who knows?
the full audio of the show will be up tomorrow, in which we'll be talking about the new DC Universe app.
Yeah, we'll
Because
talk about-
Yeah,
we
that's
downloaded
actually
that.
really cool.
as well as if you're just watching this on Facebook Live and you don't usually listen to the podcast, when you do listen to the whole podcast, we also talk about the books we do really like and a whole lot more. So
Like Tim is picking Rainbow Bright.
I
as
know.
his
I
pick of
don't
the week.
understand why he's
Not
acting like he
Rainbow
doesn't
Bright.
like this. Did
I
you
know.
hear him talk about this?
It's insane.
I was giving a solid review, as professionals do, a professional style review.
What
He's-
about the rest of this looks
As soon as
professional?
As soon as the cameras are off, he's going to give it 2 more Raptors.
We're trying to figure out who wrote it.
Right, yeah.
There you go. Jeremy Whitley. Who knows what Jeremy Whitley has written?
Dude.
I did not expect the dude's name.
It was
Gotta be
artist.
honest.
Artist is Brittany Williams. So Jeremy and Brittany sat down and did this book together.
Yeah.
All right.
Right
There we
on.
go. So we're going to be signing off on Facebook Live. But if you have any questions, go ahead and send them in, and we'll talk about them at some point.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Bye, Facebook.
See you, Facebook.